Ich kann nicht unterscheiden,
Steven.
ob ich wach bin oder träume.
I want to know, what can you tell fans what they can expect from Moon Knight?
I think they can expect a very visceral, experiential story that to expect to be really in the skin of the protagonist, you know? It's not from the outside, you're really feeling his terror and his uncertainty about what reality is and the mystery that is unfolded about his past and his history and the truth about who he is. And at the same time, I think there's a lot of humor in it. You know, the Marvel films, in a way, that's where, you know, there's no big comedies anymore out of Hollywood happening right now. I think people get that a lot from going to the Marvel films. And the nature of it has been a bit more like self-referential and kind of ironic, which has been great. But for me, it was exciting to try something new, whereas the character is funny, but he doesn't know he's being funny. He doesn't know he's not telling jokes or anything like that. So finding that tone was really exciting. And then there's just, I think, some really amazing action set pieces that are very dream nightmare-like as well.
You talked about nightmare, and I think the trailer already hints to it. There's also some horror elements.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I know for me, one of the big references coming in was Jacob's Ladder, that old Tim Robbins movie. For me, it's one of the scariest movies ever because it's so psychological. And I think that we did a great job kind of leaning into some of those things to really sense what it feels like, you know, to be that confused.
Your character isn't the only one that's inside himself, because he has multiple personalities. How did you approach these personalities?
You know, for me, that was really the hook into it too, is really taking that seriously and what it must feel like to live with dissociative identity disorder and learning that there's these alters that live inside of you and why they live inside of you. And that happens from sustained abuse at a very young age. And the mind, in order to survive, creates these other personalities that either have no idea about it, have lived a completely different life. And so that in itself is its own incredible superpower. And delving into the realities of what that is, it was just incredible. It was important for me to create very distinct characters that complement each other and that also create a lot of tension with each other. And out of that is where Stephen Grant from Brixton came from.
Especially, I'm a big fan of Stephen and his voice and the accent. It's brilliant. Do you prefer one of them more than the other?
I really love playing Stephen. I was always so excited to play him. You know, it's like I feel like he really is somewhere in the world right now, you know? I just really love him. He's just a very indelible character, and there was the vulnerability that he has. It was just a really fun thing to play.
Das muss schwierig für dich sein. Die Stimmen in deinem Kopf. Du trägst Chaos in dir.
Is there a movie or a show or other characters where you would love to see Moonlight and Stephen and Mark interact with?
I mean, you know, there's no official plans for him to interact with anybody at the moment, but you know, it depends. I think if people really love it and get behind it, you know, I can imagine him popping up again somewhere. I mean, for me, it was always a really funny thought, imagining Stephen Grant with these other people, you know, with like the Hulk and you know, Iron Man and all these people. I just found that really funny. So yeah, maybe one day.